We have all heard stories about cemeteries and churches, but have you ever wondered what's going on inside a hospital? Many of the personnel have stories, have myths, have legends, and even have lives like putting a picture of cats to avoid bad omens.
My name is Alfonso, and today I bring some of two stories.
Normally, when we hear about a hospital, the first thing we can think of is nurse, doctors, and medications. However, there are stories that only some of the workers who deal with it haven't lived. And if they sound very simple, they're more than creepy. Some even lead to the integration of various beliefs such as the use of salt to purify or the use of crosses or for protection. These different areas are not taboos because they have been insulated by strange events occurring in these corners.
It all started on a normal day, talking to my colleague at the third floor reception. We were having dinner while we were talking about nursing records. These documents were supposed to be right every shift to headquarters. So we had a normal conversation without visitors for patients as it was almost 3 in the morning. However, suddenly a man approached us, came in a black chair attire. They were by then already 2:40 in the morning, and the man told us, "Good night. Uh, I come to see one of my colleagues, who is Mariachi. I know it's night for visitors. However, I've had too much work and I finally managed to create some space to visit him. Do you think I can read him?" We looked at each other carefully and decided to let him in. The man passed, and we kept talking as if nothing had happened. Until they gave about 3, we realized that no one could enter the hospital at that time. Especially, we were worried that no one had left. So we decided to separate to find the man, and left one of our colleagues at the front desk in case he left. After looking, we found only one set of patents. This patent was actually local mariachi. Because of this, we ran scared to the reception and asked a partner if that man went out. To what he replied at not. After this, we went to check the security cameras to see if we could recognize the man. However, all we found was seeing each other talking to each other and looking at the person who was never there.
This is one of the many things that had happened inside the hospital. As we can see, this is someone insignificant, but really creepy. Now, let's start with something a little more cold. In these corners, where older people are commonly found, there has been a lot of talk about a girl running down to Jesus and holding her hand. The following story has been told by a nurse and intoned by a parent who was staying there at the time. For later, it's remembered that these stories have been based on real facts.
I had a kid's New Year's Eve. I was celebrating with my only two parents at the end of the year. I like it to pump a day very much, so I sleep a wild little turkey that they prepared in the hospital dining room. Tibor enjoyed it, although it wasn't much. As soon as they marked 12 o'clock at night, we gave ourselves a little words of support between the three of us. At the end of this, I retired to continue my service. When suddenly I heard a little laugh, and one of my parents said, "Who is there a kid out there at this time of night?" I was afraid to hear that, because the pediatric area was under where we were. So I quickly turned. As I turned around, really a little girl was with us. Seeing her, she was on her back. That girl was of short stature, with long hair and pale skin. Her head crouched as if she had been scalded, and as soon as I took a step, she began to run. Security guard was worrying through what I told him about it, and the word was porn-friended. Take good care of your parents. One of them will die today. The war continued on the same course as the girl. I took it for crazy and thought he was playing a joke, so I went to my cell while leaving one of my parents sleeping, while the other decided to spread in their relation, a little as it was tradition for each end of the year. The time passed. It was almost 1 in the morning when I heard that one of my parents called me desperately. I ran towards them. When I arrived, the parent who practiced the religion told me, "The girl came back. She's been running a lot. She hid under my parents' bed. You should check and take her to her doctor. She hasn't let sleep because she runs and loves too much." Honestly, what to my friend is parents' bed? Because I remember the words of the security guard. When I crouched down to check the bed, there was nothing. I got up and immediately told the parent that maybe he was already gone, and I would take care of it. However, when I came out, I stayed in the middle of the aisles because I felt a coldness all over my body coming from my right hand. When I saw to my right, I saw that girl again with her face crouched and lying, shivering again. I couldn't move for a while because of the coldness, until from one moment to the next began to ring a long whistle that came from the monitor of one of my parents. Running, I went to see and discovered that the monitor was from the parents' bed where the girl was hiding. My companions and I tried to revive him, however, it was in vain. That parent passed away that night. Curious, I went to where the security guard was to ask him how he knew that someone would die. However, I didn't find him anywhere, so I asked my floor manager. To what he replied to me that there are not security guards at night, either on the first floor or on the second floor. As we have just seen, the stories of hospital can be very chilling. Perhaps not many of us witness these stories, However, we can believe them because of the expression of the people who taught us. But these are small and simple stories. A little love, that's clear. So, how about we go to some more recent events? To be more specific, on September 17, 2017. It was September already, and as it is commonly accustomed in Mexico, there was an earthquake. This time, with a magnitude of 7.1. I was in the hospital because I am of civil protection, so I had to do some work. On the other hand, I also work in the warehouse of it. It was already late, and I had to deliver my documents on. However, my turn is called more, and I went to cafeteria for something to return my energies, because it was already 11 at night, and I had a heavy day due to the incident. But by the whole, everything was closed, as I did not remember that almost everything closed after night at night. So I was going to go back to the warehouse for my papers and return to my home, as it was too late to deliver my work. However, I stopped to feel a shiver that ran through my body as I heard footsteps coming from the direction slowly approaching the stairs. Those stairs were behind me. They were metal and spray shaped. Because of this, the steps were beginning to become clearer and clearer, so that I could distinguish that these were from a woman wearing low-end sneakers. The steps were playful, and in turn I felt as he watched me, as he approached me. Suddenly, I felt a strong squeeze on my left arm, as if it were a scalp. The hand that squeezed me felt cold and creepy, due to the force flipping quickly, to find that I was totally alone, with no one else around. But when I turned up, I could recognize a nurse. By her coffee, I can say that she was his nurse, and because of the way she dressed in her uniform, I dare say that she was a former head nurse whose death happened about 4 years ago due to an accident of the same stairs that she went down. I can assure you that it was here. However, I wasn't the only one who's had this happen at most of us. We can assure here that it was here because the colleagues that they worked with she said she had something weird about the other world, because her parents always died the same day they arrived. Not everything in an hospital is as we are told. Inside the hospital, there is a battle for the souls of deceased parents. If heaven or hell will take them. Some even, because of this battle, cannot depart, and they continue ascents according to some beliefs. There are some stories that happen in hospitals. Stories that are so everyday for those who inhabit it. And now, will you still see a hospital the same way? Or will you become one of our stories?
mademoiselle.